For a century, aviation was defined by the individual. One pilot, one airframe, one mission. But we are witnessing a fundamental shift in the geometry of conflict and industry. This is not a group of drones. It is a swarm. In biological terms, a swarm is a collective behavior where individual agents follow simple rules to create complex, emergent intelligence. In the professional and military spheres, swarming represents the transition from high-cost, exquisite single platforms to low-cost, attritable, and decentralized networks. Today, we examine the mechanics of how these systems think, communicate, and execute. How does a swarm of 200 units avoid colliding while moving at 60 knots? The answer lies in the Boyd's model, developed by Craig Reynolds. Swarm control is governed by three primary rules. First, separation. Each unit maintains a minimum distance from its neighbors to avoid local congestion. Second, alignment. Each unit steers toward the average heading of its neighbors. Third, cohesion. Each unit moves toward the average position of its neighbors. Unlike traditional master-slave architectures, modern swarms are decentralized. In a centralized system, if the master drone is jammed or destroyed, the mission fails. In a true swarm, intelligence is distributed. Every node in the network processes its own telemetry. If 20% of the swarm is lost to kinetic interception or electronic warfare, the remaining units redistribute the mission parameters in real time. This is functional redundancy. The greatest challenge to swarming is the data link. In complex environments like urban canyons or dense forests, direct line of sight to a ground station is often impossible. To solve this, swarms utilize mobile ad hoc networks, or manets. Each drone acts as a relay. If drone A cannot see the command center, it passes its data to drone B, which passes it to drone C, until it reaches the destination. For professional students, understanding latency is critical. To maintain a cohesive formation, drones must share position data every few milliseconds. This requires high bandwidth, low latency links, often utilizing 5G protocols or proprietary M-code frequencies in military applications. Furthermore, we are seeing the rise of GPS-denied navigation. By using visual odometry and LiDAR, swarms can see their environment and navigate relative to one another without ever needing a satellite signal. The applications of swarming are categorized by saturation. In a military context, swarms are used for mass attrition. Traditional air defense systems designed to intercept high-value targets are not economically or technically equipped to handle 50 simultaneous incoming threats. By saturating the radar's tracking capacity, the swarm ensures that while some units are intercepted, the majority reach the objective. In the civilian sector, the focus is data density. In search and rescue, a single drone might take hours to sweep a square mile. A swarm of 20 drones using parallel search patterns can map the same area in 6 minutes. Each drone carries a different sensor, one thermal, one multispectral, one high-res optical, fusing the data into a single, comprehensive 3D model of the terrain. As the swarm evolves, so does the counter-UAS, CUAS landscape. Kinetic weapons, bullets and missiles, are becoming the secondary choice. The new frontier is directed energy. High-power microwaves, HPM, can fry the delicate circuitry of an entire swarm cluster instantly. Electronic jamming can blind the mesh network, forcing the drones into a fail-safe landing mode. This leads to the most critical debate in professional robotics: the human in the loop. As swarms move faster than human reaction time, the pressure to grant them lethal autonomy increases. Military doctrine currently requires a human to authorize a strike, but in a swarm-on-swarm engagement, the window for human decision-making is closing. We are moving toward a future where the sky is a digital ecosystem. The swarm is the ultimate force multiplier. Understanding the swarm is no longer an elective for the modern professional, it is a requirement. Because in the next era of flight, the power is not in the machine, It is in the network.